Hello everyone, this is Team Rocky Draws, also known as 707 Bros Town, with another video. And this time we're gonna draw Hoopa. So as you guys can see on screen, this is how he ends up looking like. So if you guys want to learn how to draw him, let's get started. And don't look at the eyes. I really did a bad job on the eyes, so don't mind that, you know. So I'm also gonna put up a reference right now just to make it easier on you guys. That way you guys can look at the details and know how everything should look like, you know. Just make it easier on you guys, in other words. And first of all, we're just gonna start by doing these lines right here. As you guys can see, I'm measuring them with the paper, and each line should be the same length. So the ones on the side right here, I measured the one on the side. You guys can use a ruler, you guys can use whatever. Right here I'm just using a paper. I'm just marking off the paper and then just making sure that it's the same length on each side, you know. And the reason for this, because we're trying to get this circle shape, and since we are gonna do those crosshairs anyways, it just makes it easier just to do those first, just to get our circle shape, you know, just to make it a little bit more better. And then we can just start doing them. There we go. It just makes it a lot easier, you know, because we are gonna base almost everything off this circle. So the better that you guys make it, the better it'll be once we start doing the actual drawing. Right here I was using the wrong side of the paper. So right here, as you guys can see, I start doing it on the in between those lines, just so it can help me place the circle a lot better, you know. I'm sorry if sometimes I just randomly stop. It's because this is my third time recording this voiceover, because for some reason the program that I use doesn't just like, I don't know, like I run out of my mouth is pretty dry, and I do have some water right here, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to work. And it's around 30 minutes long, so I've been doing it for over an hour. For some reason it doesn't show up once I finish. Like, I press stop and it shows that I didn't record anything. So hopefully this is the third time is the charm. So yeah, so now that we got this circle right here, we're gonna start doing, I believe we start with the ring on the forehead. So it starts off a little bit to the left of that middle line going down, as you guys can see right there. And then it does go a little bit over that middle line, goes under that middle line, and then just do this oval shape for the ring. Here we go. Now that we got that, we're gonna start doing the inside, which is just basically another parallel line to the one that we did on that side, and it's gonna give us a ring. But I do believe I changed that later on, but it's all good right now. And now that we got that, we're gonna start doing the hair, but it starts a little bit higher than that middle line, but I do before that I do extend this one a little bit to the left, the circle, because that's gonna be like our face. And then a little higher than that middle line, we're just gonna do this straight line like this, and that's gonna give us our hairline. And then we go on this side and to start on the hair, because if you guys look at the reference on the right, it has this like the hair. I'm not sure if it's hair, but I'm gonna call it hair because it looks like hair to me. So basically just do this line right there. And then as you guys see, it does go lower than the circle line. It just sticks out a little bit away from the circle. And then in the inside, we're gonna do another one, and that's gonna be basically like the ring on the one of the horns. But we're gonna do that a little bit later. Right now we're just gonna start by doing the hairline. So now we're just gonna extend this one. As you guys can see, that's how far it goes from there. And then right in the middle line, we're gonna do the big triangle shape that he has on the forehead on top of the ring. And as you guys can see, it does go over the circle, and then it gets pretty close to the actual ring on the forehead. And then we could just use it to connect it to this one. So right here, just make it a little bit lower. So you guys can use the reference just to get a better idea, you know. And now we're just gonna extend this one, and then right here, this triangle actually goes up to that circle, like to the line exactly. So that might help you guys. And right here I extend the line, connect it just to show you guys that it should roughly line up, you know. Right here, we don't need those lines no more. Well, we do, but for some reason I erased it. Alright, so yeah. So now we're gonna start doing the eye. So this eye starts off right in the middle, right there of the circle. We're just gonna extend the straight line going up a little bit, and it gets pretty close to the hairline. And then we're just gonna round off the bottom of that line to make this like half oval shape. And like I said before, I have a hard time with the eyes. For some reason, that's something that I've always had a hard time doing. And the first summer here where I draw them, they actually don't look that bad. But later on, when I try to fix them, that's where everything goes bad. And I try to fix them like 4 times, and I was just making it worse and worse, so I stopped. So that's why I want to apologize for the reference at the beginning. That's why I said that not to pay attention to the eyes, you know. And now for the inside of the eye, we're gonna do this line right here, which is parallel to the other one. That's basically like the yellow part. So you guys could use the reference just to get a better idea of how it should look like. And then we're gonna do another one parallel to the other one, and that's gonna be like the white area. And right here I'm just pointing out that it should be like the same thickness on each side, you know, and it's just one of those small details. And that's gonna be our eye. And now for the other one, it starts off fairly close to the edge of the circle, as you can see right here. And then it's another straight line, and it barely goes under the ring. It doesn't go in that much, but it does. And then once again, we're gonna round it off at the bottom and make like a half an oval shape. There we go. Right here, I actually curved it too much, so I fixed it right here. And as you guys can see, the left eye is a lot smaller than the right one. And then we're gonna basically do the same thing on this side for the eye. And this side, on this side, the yellow doesn't show on the right side of the eye, as you guys can see on the reference. But remember, it doesn't have to be 100% like the reference. Actually, we don't do it exact 100% like the reference. Actually do some changes, and since it is a tutorial, it's pretty hard to get exactly the same as the reference, you know, but we get pretty close. So now for the mouth, right here I'm just marking off how close it is to the eyes. And then now that I know how close it is, we're just gonna connect the 2 dots just to give us our line. As you guys can see, it is curved because he's giving this like he's like smiling, this evil smile. And then the bottom, we could just do the mouth. As you can see, he doesn't have it that big. And then the inside for the teeth, he has these like triangle shapes. Once again, use the reference just to get a better idea of how it looks like. Honestly, to me, Hoopa doesn't look like a Pokemon. If I didn't know that he was a Pokemon, I wouldn't think he would be one. He's not like your average Pokemon, you know. So now for the cheeks, as you guys can see, the eyes do go over the cheeks a little bit in both sides. And then right here, it's pretty close to the mouth, and then right here it also gets pretty close to the hairline. And it's basically oval shapes. There we go. So now that we got that, we can start doing the rest, because we're gonna base everything off this. And I think I'd start off by doing the top of the head. And right here I'm just marking off how far it should be from the circle. So you guys could just mark it off. And then right here it gets closer to the circle, you know. And then on the right side it gets a lot further. So you guys could just compare how far it is, as I'm pointing out right here, away from the circle. And then right here we're gonna start doing the ring. So right here I was just pointing out that it should roughly be around that level of like the top of the triangle going over the ring on the forehead. And then we're gonna do the hair on this side, on the right, on the left side. I mean, sorry, I was gonna say right. Alright, now we don't need those lines, so we can erase them. So just keep in mind that not to press that hard because there is going to be a lot of erasing. So just don't press that hard. So now for the bun, as you can see, it starts off like right on top of the ring on the forehead, and then it starts off like on the right side of the right eye, and then just basically do this circular shape. I'm sorry. You guys can see it's not that big compared to the head, to the rest of the head, so you guys can just guess on the size. So now we're gonna do the body. So for the body right here, I'm using the paper because it should roughly be half the length of the circle. So right here I'm just marking off half of the circle, and then I mark it off right here, and that's basically gonna help us place the ring on the stomach, because that's where the ring should start. So it's just gonna help us, just make it a little bit easier, just to make it more accurate. So now that we got there, we can start doing the body on this side, and it starts off, and then right here for the arrow shape on the stomach, as you see, it starts off right in the corner where the line meets the head. The stomach meets the head. And then it roughly curves where that line is that we did going down. It's a little bit more to the right. And then on this side, it doesn't connect to the head, as you guys can see. There's a small gap in between. And then the stomach right there, the bottom is a little bit straight, it's not that curved. And then right here we're just gonna start doing the ring, which I do end up making too small. I should have made it a little bit longer, but that's just small details, it doesn't have to be the same. And then we're just gonna connect it, we're just gonna curve it and make this oval shape. But as you guys can see, the top it ends kind of like at a point. And the reason we're doing this full oval shape is just to make it a lot more accurate, that way it matches up once we do the horn. So right here we're just gonna do this parallel line to the ring, to the oval shape, so it should be the same thickness, And now that we got that, we're gonna just do a straight line right here at the top, and we're gonna start doing the horn, and it's gonna curve around there. And right there, I was just showing that it shouldn't go higher than the bun on the head, the circle that he has on top of the head. And then this one starts off around here at the same level as the eye. As you guys can see, it doesn't go that far away from the ring or from the head. And then you guys could just connect them and make the horn shape. It might take you guys a couple tries to do the horn, so don't get discouraged if you guys don't get it on the first try. He is pretty hard, honestly, because he has a lot going on, and that's what makes the drawing harder. So if it doesn't look the same, just make it work for you. Make any changes just so it could look better on your drawing. And then we just connect it and make this ring shape. Like I said before, I make it too short. I should have made it a little bit longer, but it doesn't really matter, it's just small details. Now that we got that done, we're gonna do like the yellow thing that he has right here at the end of the arrow shapes. And right here, when I was drawing it, I didn't know what it was, because the earring on the horn is covering it. But then later on, I figured out that it's this like triangle shape. So I do end up changing that later on. And then I started doing it in the one on the left side, and this is where I noticed, wait, I guess I started doing the the V shape first, and then this one does connect to the bottom of the line right there, as you guys see. And then on the right side should be way thicker than on the left side. And just make it parallel, you know, make it the same thickness throughout, although the one on the right is a lot thicker. And then we're just gonna finish off the body. So it starts off around there, and as you can see right here. And just finish off the body. And then I guess start doing the horn. The ring, I'm sorry. And then right here I see how thick it is, so he does have a pretty big ring on the body. So that's why I started off by doing just the thickness and just make it parallel to the body. So just take your time, you know, don't pressure yourself by doing it fast. Just take your time. And then for the bottom, like I guess it's like his feet barely show, so just do this shape right here. Alright, so this is the triangle shape that I was talking about earlier for the arm. You can see it makes this triangle shape, and then this is where I noticed that it's the same thing on the other side. So that's why I stopped, because I'm like, wait, shouldn't it be the same on that side? And then this is where I realized that it's this triangle shape, and then the left side, like the bottom of the triangle, because it is pointing to the right, should be round. So later on I do change that and actually make it more pronounced. So now we're gonna start doing this side, so the horn on this side and the ring. So this bottom line, we're just gonna extend it, and it's pretty much straight. That's gonna be our horn. But first we're gonna do the ring right here. Right here I was just looking at the shape in between the ring and the hair. And then right here I'm just marking off, and right here I was just pointing out that the ring should be the same thickness. Although right here I actually make the left ring, the one we're doing it right now, too skinny. But later on I do go back and I make it a little bit more thicker, you know, just so it can look like the one on the right. So now this one starts off right around where the face is, and then just connect them, you know, just to finish off the ring. And as you can see on the reference right here, the ring at the bottom is actually way longer than I did it, but I changed that later on. Now that we got that, we just finish off the ring at the top. And like I said, I do it too small. Right now I'm looking at it, it just looks too small compared to the ring. But I did go back and I change it. So now we're just gonna start doing the horn, and it doesn't go that far away from the horn when it starts curving up. I guess it literally just curves right from the ring, and the same thing on this side, and then just make the horn shape. So once again, if you guys having trouble with the horns or with any part, just take a break, go outside, you know, go outside for a minute, go get something to drink, and then come back to the drawing just to make it, just so it won't bother you that much, you know, because I know there's some areas that give you a hard time. For me, that's the eyes. The eyes just, I hate doing eyes. It just gives me, I can't do the same thing on the other side, you know. I can't do one eye the same as the other one, and for some reason, I don't know, I guess they're simple, but I don't know, it just gives me a hard time. It's something that I need to practice more. Alright, so now that we got that, we're gonna start doing the arms. You guys can see we're pretty much finished. So now for the arm, it is pretty close to the ring, so I do a line right there, and then it's pretty close to that triangle shape, and it's pretty close to the ring on the horn. So then once I know how far it is from each side, I just make the shape, you know, and it makes this kind of like circle shape, but the one it kind of ends at a point on the right, like at the top right, where it's gonna connect with that triangle shape coming off from the body. And then we're gonna do this triangle shape, not this triangle shape, this moon shape right here. As you guys can see on the reference right there, it makes this like moon shape, and that's what I tend to do when I'm drawing. I look at shapes, I don't look at the actual drawing or whatever it is. Like right here, I noticed that on the reference it looks like a moon, so that's what I try to do. And then this one right here, it looks like another moon shape, but it's like a lot longer and skinnier. So that's what I look at when I'm drawing. So it just makes it a lot easier, because you're trying to do the same shapes, you know, you're trying to duplicate the shapes, and it just makes it easier once you guys start doing the actual drawing. It doesn't look that good, but we could change that, you know, later on. Now that we got that, we're gonna start doing the fingers, which is like little hills. It just has two. Right now we're just trying to finish the drawing, and then later on we'll do the we'll go more in detail. Alright, so now right here we're gonna do this triangle shape, and as you guys can see, it's pretty close to the ring. It should be pointing to the triangle shape on the body. And then right here we're gonna do the thickness, so I'm just pointing out how thick it should be. And as you guys can see, it's pretty close to the horn, and it's pretty close to the ring on the body. And then it has like another extended moon shape. Now that we got that, we're gonna do a circle for the hand. And it's like this perfect circle. It should be a little bit bigger than the circle that he has on top of the head, like the bun. I think it freezes right now just for a second, so I'm sorry about that. So right here I'm just fixing the circle a little bit. Just try to make it as perfect as you can, you know. It's never gonna be perfect, but you guys can try to make it the best that you guys can. That's what I was pointing out right there, that it should be a little bit bigger than the one on the head. Alright, so now that we got that, we're gonna do I was just pointing out how thick it is, and just try to make it parallel. And as you guys can see on the reference, the purple kind of makes like another moon shape in a way. So that's what I try to duplicate right here. So right now on the reference, I'm looking at the purple only. I'm not looking at the fingers, I'm just looking at the purple. Although I should have made it a little bit more round, but it doesn't really matter. So now we're just gonna extend that line a little bit, and we're just gonna end at a point and then go down. And basically this is gonna be one of the fingers, the one that's pointing. And as you guys can see, it doesn't go that far away from the circle. And now we're gonna use this bottom line to do the other finger. And this is gonna be our nail. And then just do those small lines right there, just to signify the finger, you know. And then just keep in mind that all the nails should be the same thickness. They should be the same, not thickness, they all should be the same size. So just keep that in mind. Now just connect both of them like this and just curve it a little bit. And now we're gonna do the other finger. So this one starts off around here, off that nail, and then we're just gonna connect it to that line in between them. And right here I just shade them in just so you guys can know what where the nail is, and just make it easier on you guys. And then we're just gonna extend it and then connect it with the other finger, and it's just gonna give us the last finger. And then it does have another line at the bottom. And I guess we're pretty much done. The only thing now that you guys need to do is make any changes. I do make changes, like I said. I make a couple changes. I make the left ring on the left horn a lot better. I make it more bigger, and I fix that. So just go over your drawing, make any changes. Something doesn't look right, go for it. It doesn't have to be like the reference, just keep that in mind. I do go back and I changed some of the lines. I think I also changed the left arm a little bit. I'll show you guys how my drawing ended up looking like right now. So as you guys can see, this is how he ends up looking like, and the eyes look like they look really derpy. I told you guys I tried fixing them like 4 times, and every time it was just getting worse and worse and worse. So I just decided just to stop. So don't pay attention to the eyes, you know, he looks really weird. I was just I don't know, it was just giving me a hard time. But as you guys can see, I did change the horn, not the horn, the ring on the left horn. I fixed a little bit, just try to make it the same thickness as the one on the right. And then also on the arm, the triangle on the arm on the right one is, that I said before, the one that's on the body, I did make it into like the triangle shape. On the reference, as you guys can see, the ring on the horn is like covering that shape right there, but I decided just to change it just to work for me, you know. So that's what I ended up doing. And then I just fixed the fingers a little bit. I changed the shapes a little bit. I just did small changes, you know, like on the hand I curved the fingers a little bit more, just so it could look a lot more better, you know, just a lot closer to the reference. So I recommend that you guys look at the reference just to make any small changes. I think I also changed the ring on the forehead. I made it a little bit better, although it doesn't look a lot better, but I think I did change it. And then I just I guess I just fixed the lines. I fixed all the lines. I made them a little bit more round. I changed anything just to make it look a lot better. So hopefully you guys found this tutorial helpful. If there's anything on your drawing that you guys could change, go for it. Even if it doesn't look like the reference, make any changes, you know. It doesn't have to be like the reference. It doesn't have to be like mine. It just has to be look like Hoopa. So if there's anything you guys could change just to make it better on your drawing, go for it, you know. Like I said right there, I did change some things on my drawing, and we're pretty close to the reference. We're not 100% like the reference, but we're pretty close, so I'm happy with that. I'm pretty happy with the drawing, other than the eyes look horrible. But don't look at the eyes, you know, that doesn't really matter, because this is my drawing. Hopefully you guys do better eyes, and just try to do them a lot better on your drawing, you know. So don't base your eyes on mine, or else your drawing is gonna look really bad like mine. So yeah, so hopefully you guys found this tutorial helpful. Please leave a like, it really helps me out, you guys. And if you guys want to learn how to draw more Pokemon, make sure to subscribe to my channel by joining Team Rocket, by pressing the subscribe button right under this video for more tutorials. I have over 70 tutorials now, I think, so make sure you guys go check my channel out for all those videos right there. I have from starters to mega, and just a lot of Pokemon in between, like Articuno, Celebi, Charizard, Lugia, Lucario, Torterra. I have a lot of Pokemon right now, so you guys make sure to go check out my videos, and don't forget to leave a like. And I guess I'll just catch you guys on the next video. 707 Bro Sound, aka Team Rocket Draws, out.